Good morning, Comedy Jonah.
Good morning. I'm just having my first cup of Joe in the
Is
morning.
this the new thing? Should this be our new time? Should we just go with this from now on?
Do we like it? Do we like it?
I mean, this is always when I thought I would be doing the live feed update shows
Yeah.
daily, and so it's an interesting time. I mean, unfortunately, the house guests are waking up right now. I don't know if I should just direct people away from our show, but I know there's going to be a lot of people who they don't do anything the first hour they wake up anyway. And believe me, you missed a lot last night, so we're going to fill you in on all of that, plus what we thought of last night's episode. But first, let me remind you guys, make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe wherever you are watching. It really helps support our shows, as does sharing. It is caring. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of those places. When you hit the thumbs up and the bell on YouTube, when you comment, when you tell a friend on Facebook, all of those things are a great way to help support our show. So make sure you do those. Of course, you can tweet us anytime with hashtag YRRLive, or you can check out the last 10 years of shows over at yourrealityrecaps.com. Yeah. It's so exciting.
So exciting.
Such an exciting day. It is exciting feeds. So you might have, quote, just woken up over there in your California time.
Yes. No, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and the cup is really this big. It's as big as my head, because
Okay.
that's what it takes to get this big girl going in the morning.
We could just call the show Cup of Joe with Comedy Joe. Nah.
Joe. Cup of
Cup
big
of
Joe.
Comedy Joe. Nah. You're
I like that.
welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, turn off your phone, Eric. Well, I haven't gone to sleep yet.
I was gonna say you're either just, but you're really for not
I
going
mean,
to sleep.
I
Yeah,
I only get 4 hours sleep as it is anyway, but
yeah.
I had to do my due diligence and get all of the info for this show. But apparently it takes 10 hours to set up a pop-up tent, but more on that later. Let's talk a little bit about last night's horrifically painful episode.
Well, okay. So I just want to say, you know what? To me, and it was kind of painful for me, only because I knew a lot what was going on. We talked about this on our last show, our '80s show, or whatever that was.
Or
Colin,
whatever it was.
dance dance party, Colin. From What We Do in the Shadows. But so I knew a lot of it too. So I was like, okay, what's going on? Come on, hurry up. But for folks who just can't watch the feeds for whatever reason, this gave them a lot of information. We saw,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, we knew everything. I mean, the one little tidbit that maybe they're going to show us on Sunday night's episode is, yesterday during the day, Joseph and Brittany went to Indy, and this was a plan. They said to Indy, "Hey, we're aware of the fly swatters," or specifically Brittany said, "I'm aware of the fly swatters, of five swatters. I don't feel comfortable voting for you anymore." And then Joseph was kind of like, I guess it's my fault. I told her. So Indy knew that she was going home. They didn't really show that on
she
the
voted
episode
for.
last night. Apparently, we needed 10 hours of tattoo placements. So yeah, that's all you really missed.
Well, and I think too, what I missed as just a viewer was, how Michael
Entertainment?
started. What did you,
Entertainment?
not entertainment. I was entertained, kind of. Is Michael starting a lot of the chaos with, wanting Alyssa to
Yeah.
stay and getting that information going so Kyle wouldn't use it, which is better for Michael's game. So I was like tipping my hat off to Michael. Good job.
People are not happy with Michael. I mean, he is controlling this game, whether people like it or not. And I mean, he is doing it brilliantly. This is going to come down to, for me, and I don't want to be It's just interesting to me when, women do it in the game, they're called the bitch. When people like Andy do it, or now I'm sorry, Michael does it, they're a rat, they're annoying, they're a traitor, they're all of these things. Apparently, you can only make moves in this game if you are a straight man,
Straight white.
preferably light skinned.
Straight white man. Well,
Apparently, you have to be Dan Giesling or
right.
Derek or those people.
It's okay to fake a funeral. It's okay to
Yep.
fake a funeral.
Fake a funeral
But
and
don't-
torture some
yeah.
poor girl on the feeds 24/7,
Right, but don't-
then you're the king.
Yeah, don't play the game and not be straight and a different color other than white. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's annoying because you see it all online. It's like, oh, I wish they'd play the game. Oh, I hate showmances. Oh, I hate this. And then you have someone playing the game and they're still unhappy. It's come on, let's get this fandom some medication.
We'll just put it in there. We'll put it in their morning cup of comedy, Jonah. You better make a cup that says that. Yeah. Another thing annoying people, I know we're kind of jumping to the end of the episode, but, apparently they were allowed to talk because, you were mentioning Michael's plan. Yes, this was Michael's plan. I want to keep the showmance in. I want to keep the showmance around.
Smart.
To keep a target bigger than me in the house. I find it interesting that he doesn't find Monty to be a bigger target than him in the house, but, whatever. Let's just start with this.
I think he's not going for Monty because, we also learned there's that original 4 from the leftovers, right? So, or we were reminded of it. So those 4 are kind of tight. So it was a lot easier, I think, for Michael to do it the way he did it than rather try to target Monty at that point in time in the game.
Sure. I mean, he's not in the original 4, but sure.
Monty's not?
No, Michael isn't.
No, I meant not to target one of the original 4. Monty.
Yeah,
your
that's
question,
stupid.
you said, why didn't he target Monty? I'm saying he didn't target Monty because he's part of the original 4. It would have been a lot harder. It was easier to just play with a card. Yeah.
Sure. And I'm saying if you're not part of the original 4, you should target them.
Oh, eventually, yes. Eventually, yes.
Yeah. Okay. What did you what did you think of seeing? I don't have COVID. What did you think of the original? You're on the other side of the country. You're fine. Wrong way. What did you think of the punishments? I feel like all we have to talk about is the punishments quickly, and we can move on. What did you think of of the punishments?
So, I didn't know that Taylor's was, and Joseph's was just 48 hours.
How bad were they? I mean, I literally said that we were going to do the whole show in the accents. That's the wrong accent. Blimey, bloody, I'll get there. Oi, mate. Nope, Australian. I'm trying to get there. Cup of tea to you. Morning. Crumpets, biscuits. G'day. Nope, I'm Australian.
No, you got Australian. And what's the other one? New York?
Yeah, well, okay, now, I was going to try and trick you. Just so that you know, I was going to try and trap you, where I was going to say, let's do the whole show in the accents like they did. You have to do British, I'll do New York, and then I wasn't going to change how I talked at all, because you could just argue this is a New York accent.
No.
But I thought it would be fun to be British.
I didn't know what's in New York. I didn't know in Boston. Go park your car.
No, New York is going to be, where's the water? I don't know. Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about?
Where are my bagels? Where's the water?
It's more like Italian when they say
I
New
need
York.
my coffee. Give me my coffee.
Yeah.
Is
or
that
you can
New York?
be like, oh my God. I mean, it depends what part of New York you are and if you're a boy or a girl. You could very much be like, oh my God.
Oh my God, where's my coffee? Where's my coffee?
Pretty much if you want to know an Italian accent, look at Tommy and Christy. Those are New York accents. Well, Staten Island, and we basically pushed that to New Jersey.
Yeah, because Booch didn't really have one. No.
No, everyone always asks me where my accent is. I don't know.
It's
I don't.
Staten Island, isn't it?
Yeah, Tommy and Christy are in Staten Island.
Yeah.
I'm not in Staten Island. You've literally been to my house.
Did I say it was the morning? Did I say it was the morning?
Yeah, it's the
Let me
morning.
get
I live
let me
on
get some
I live on
Wisconsin.
another island. It's
Long Island.
long.
Long Island.
It's long
Long Island.
and correct. We like to pretend we're nowhere near Staten Island or New Jersey. um okay. So yeah,
Yeah. The punch.
Indy's punishment, one of the worst, stupidest punishments we've ever seen in the entire history of punishments. I mean, we literally talked about on the episode before how we had such great punishments like, dyeing Amanda's skin, dumping Brendan in buckets of chum while he's chained to someone,
Yeah.
kicking the football, riding the tricycle, making the pies. There has been so many great
The hot dog.
punishments. Indies is that's it.
Well, she was playing an instrument. She had to sing.
Yeah, she had to do it like 5 times
I
because
don't know what
they
kind of
had.
instrument this is. She has to sing.
Well, they cut the feeds for us for it, so she hardly had to do it at all. We didn't get to see it, I guess, because it's music, and they're afraid that somebody would copyright that or like license strike them or copyright. I don't know what they were.
It wasn't even a real song. It was just like
Yeah,
bang your head, bang
you
your
smell.
head, bang
You
it,
smell.
bang it,
You smell.
bang it,
You suck. You
bang
smell.
it, bang it all day and bang it.
My point is, because they were cutting the feeds to show it, she only had to do it like 10 times.
Well, that's a lot.
No, it's not. Think of people that, like, fucking Hot Dog Girl. God, she's
Made a
gonna
lot of
hate me
hot
that I
dogs.
just called her Hot Dog Girl. Think of how many pies Paulie had to make. 1,000,000 soccer balls. How many times,
Yeah, hot dog girl.
Devon had to
Ranger.
ride.
She
I
was like
mean,
a camping ranger.
barely. But yeah, camping ranger. I mean, it's just ridiculous. She barely had to do anything. Yes, Alex. Thank you, Debbie.
Oh.
Um,
Sarah Williams, thank you.
so yeah, I don't know. I was so disappointed by that. And then the same thing with the tattoos.
Oh,
I mean, they didn't even spell the butt of butt first, B-U-T-T.
well, because it's Julie's but first. Remember
Yeah,
how they used to
but
have that hashtag when she'd say that now they
oh, no,
don't,
thank
Noah?
you for reminding me. No, I forgot Julie's phrase. Thank you. No, but they knew it was going on his butt, so people didn't know this. I
They
found out.
cannot put temporary tattoos of a profanity word on someone. So it's Julie's phrase, but first. But I loved the placement of the tramp stamp. I thought it was hilarious. That was the only thing I liked about it. I mean, having to get up
Really?
at 4 a.m. and put those tattoos on. I mean, I'm just glad Terrence has a big canvas, because
Okay,
if
all
it
right,
was
relax.
if it was somebody else who was much smaller and shorter, I mean, they would have just been bunched up all over their.
He was just like, where am I going to put them? Where are they all going to fit? I'm like, I don't know. Doesn't look like you're having a problem.
Yeah, there's a big space right here behind you.
Looks like you can fit them all on a back, so I don't know
Hmm.
what we're talking about. But I thought it should have been butt first. A lot of people didn't know that he was told where he had to place them, so if that's a little behind the scenes bit of news for you, he had little baggies. So like every time he had to go get it, he had a baggie and it would say everything in this baggie goes on your face or on your back or on your arm or on your leg. Like he was told where to put them, which is why I don't understand why they didn't make butt first, B-U-T-T first. He was told where to put it.
Really?
Yes. And not for nothing, I don't want to be disgusting when I say this at all, but the camera kept zooming in on the butt first, and it's just like a hairy butt crack, and I don't ever need to see a hairy butt crack on my TV screen. It's kind of gross.
I see one all the time.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't need to see it on my TV. Butt
I
first,
see.
gonna
I
wax
see it on
it.
my
Butt
TV.
first, wax.
See it on my TV, see it on my computer monitor, see it on my phone.
Should have been, but first, wax. So, I just, whatever. It's so gross. Here's where I feel bad for Terrence. I had to watch him overnight, and he had to take it off with rubbing alcohol.
Ooh, that's gonna dry your skin.
I mean,
I would have just let it come off naturally.
Yeah. First of all, you know how bad that has to smell? Like, I would get a headache from smelling rubbing alcohol for too long. He was doing it for at least an hour straight and only got an arm done. Now he has an arm soaked in rubbing alcohol, which I mean, yes, they have a shower outside, but it's that pull chain cold water shower. I mean, oh, I just felt bad for him. I was like, really, Big Brother? You
No,
didn't have a better plan of how to get this off him?
I would be fine with it. I love sniffing chemicals, so I do it on my own. Just I don't even have tattoos.
You would just do it on your own?
Get a little rubbing alcohol to start my day. But what's awful too, besides the smell, it dries your skin out so much. I mean, you've got to use like that, petroleum jelly, like the super ones, to really get your skin back in shape after that, especially if you're using it that much. So that's that's awful.
So we agree the punishment's awful and we didn't need to spend an hour and a half discussing them on the episode. So we're all in agreement, worst episode. And I don't even understand what the point is. Was there someone they were combating? Did somebody at CBS make a call and go, is there anyone that can fill 2 hours on Thursday night? We need help. What was the point?
Well, I would have loved a 2-hour where we saw the HOHs won and they picked the teams and they were starting to set up and then
we're not getting that.
And then we're like getting good night house guests. I thought we did a lot of what's already kind of happened, and even if you're not watching the feeds, I think, even those folks are like, okay, this is a lot. We didn't need this much. We've been complaining about, we didn't see enough of Jasmine's birthday. Why didn't we see it? And then I was waiting for the cake. We never saw the cake.
Never
last
saw
night,
the cake. I mean, you saw it if you watched our show. You got to see it.
Yeah, if you're watching here. So, we got to see a little bit more, but it just, I would have wanted to see, and Turner rolling his eyes and just, it was hilarious. Like you told us about that and it was magic to watch. I loved all that parts. I thought, it was a little too much with the tattoos. We didn't, Skid and Fancy or Nan or whatever the hell that's supposed to be. It was cute, but it wasn't.
Apparently people were outraged about, people just get outraged about everything. Apparently people were outraged about Skid and Fancy because they're supposed to be Sid and Nancy, two like punk rockers from like the 70s, and apparently
the Sex Pistols,
well, he killed her.
Oh yeah.
Or, we suspect, or they suspected that he killed her. I saw other people saying it was ironic that in real life, the guy, Sid, never wore a shirt, as, Joseph never wears a shirt, and yet in the costume, Joseph couldn't have any more clothes on.
Well, what I thought when I first saw, I think you retweeted one of the BB Updater tweeters with the picture, and I hadn't seen anything yet. And I thought, because Olivia Newton-John passed away, I thought it was Grease. So I thought it was kind of a Grease Olivia Newton-John tribute punishment.
Oh, okay. All right.
So when I saw her curly hair and I saw the tight black clothes and pants, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Grease. And then
it's not Grease.
And then I got to learn it was that. And then their relationship in real life. I mean, there's even a documentary, I think, on Netflix or Hulu about the Sex Pistols. It's pretty bad.
Well, speaking of sex and people that shoot quicker than a pistol, Kyle, what did we think of awkward conversations of the leftovers meeting and everyone like, this is the minute to air your grievances, everyone. Is everyone okay with everyone now, if you want the veto used or not used, now is the time to speak now or forever hold your peace. And everyone's just like, no, I'm cool with it not being, I'm cool with it. No, I'm cool with it not being, no,
Well,
there is, I'm cool. I'm
when they
cool.
were all outside by the,
Yeah.
the pool table is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, seeing Taylor inching it about using it, you know what? That was all a play with Monty and all of them to see just where Kyle's head is and who he's going to really have a loyalty or allegiance to. I mean, Kyle was right. At the end of the day, you have two people on the block that are not part of the alliance. So why even use it? But he needed to really sell it, and he didn't sell it. So,
No, he
yeah.
didn't. He did not sell it. I mean, he was screwed either way. To be in an, he's either screwing over the five swatters or screwing over the leftovers. So either way, he's in a bad position. But now I think the home viewer got to see a little bit, and I know it was not enough for Twitter because they, as
Never know.
we know, they
Never
make,
know.
KKK Kyle trend and stop protecting Kyle, and because, they think that production has protected Kyle and his, racism completely. What did you think seeing it now where you kind of saw Kyle's thought process of, well, Joseph's working with Monty and probably Taylor, and those people are going to work together. And I think Joseph, Monty and Taylor all have something going, and it's against me, and it's basically out of, nowhere. I mean, I guess it's normal Big Brother paranoia. They didn't outright show the conversation,
Right.
which is what a lot of people didn't like. They didn't show the actual conversation of Kyle saying, I don't want to work with them because of last season and the cookout. I would rather the alliance be with us, blah, 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 blah. So they didn't physically show that.
And
They
that's what
did.
Kyle said on the feeds.
That's what he said on the feeds, was that, the cookout last season, he's concerned of that happening again. He's worried
Yeah.
that they're going to hook up.
Yeah.
So great. And then we've talked about our feelings on this to death already. However, they finally have showed it on the show.
You're talking about the
And then
optics of the conversation.
Well, and then, right, and then you bring up the optics. We got to see the lovely moment brought to you by the DR where all of a sudden Brittany and Michael just are like, I do not think it would look good if we would target only the people of color. Yes, I certainly agree with you. That is what I think is bad. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert, Brittany's full of shit. She has no problem making sure that two
No.
people of color on the block today.
No.
So trust me, full of shit.
And like we've said too, it really shouldn't determine color, sexuality, gender, any of that stuff. We'd like you to just play the game. But, bringing that up, knowing that those folks who are pretty tight happen to be folks of color, this is a private conversation we would normally not witness because there's not
Right.
cameras on us 24 hours. All of us have to really go, okay, have we had conversations like that of race and want to be sensitive to it and all of that stuff? That's what I got out of the conversation. Taylor brought color into it really first by keeping Jasmine, who has been absolutely terrible and would vote her out in a heartbeat and has tried multiple times. But she's got principle, a black woman. She is not going to do it. That's not going to be on her resume. So it's okay if Taylor does it, which is great. But then for two white people to try to be sensitive about it and maybe take in it, kind of, they spoke and took it out of context. I don't know. I think
You're talking about Michael and Brittany. Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
I don't know why people are coming down so hard on Michael and Brittany for
Right.
saying we don't want to do that. Although I do agree, it did annoy me when I heard Brittany reference it as the optics, because
Oh my
again,
God.
it does come off as her saying, I don't want to be seen discriminating against these
Right.
people in the house. I would like to prefer if I did it in secret. Now,
Right.
I've also said I don't think it's
Like we all
racism,
do.
and I get that it's not up to me I say that as our job is to talk about it on the show, and I think it does a disservice to people that are actually being racist to say
Right.
that Michael and Brittany are being
They're
racist in
not.
having this conversation.
No.
But that's I also realize you're not a person who gets to talk about what's racist and not.
Well,
So
she's also a person that has really crappy gameplay, and
yeah.
yes, she's being sensitive onto the camera, but at the end of the day, she'll cut anybody. A gay person, a person of color, another girl, another,
Well,
non-binary.
Britney's just full of shit, and I don't
Right.
understand why people love Britney. I don't understand why people protect Britney. I don't get any of it, and it's just
Because
to
she's
me, she's
crying
just
all
so
the
full of
time.
shit.
I don't feel protected. That's why they're protecting her. Michael.
She's the luckiest person that I
Oh, I
literally
think
tangled it
Jas-
out.
Oh,
The
I think
fact
Jasmine
that
is.
no, Brittany is because Jasmine's gonna go home this week. But Brittany luckily got tangled up in Michael's coattails and she just gets to be pulled around and Michael just gives her his whole game. There is not 1 minute that Michael is not telling her everything. He's thinking, hello, idiot. She doesn't really actually care about you. She will win. She will screw you to win, which again, I get it. And only one person's winning, and that is the game. So I get that point.
So,
I don't get why Michael is so blindly loyal to her. She's gonna take his game down, and he doesn't see it. What happened?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So, has Michael found out that Brittany voted differently than him? And if so, was it his
Yes.
plan or
Yes,
it was a plan?
for Indy.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody was on board with the Indy plan. Everyone voted as they all agreed
Michael
and knew they were
voted
gonna.
for Terrence.
Well, Michael flat out said on the live feeds the night before he wouldn't budge. He was like, "I'm voting for Terrence." Michael was trying to force blood on Kyle and Joseph's hands.
Right.
Michael has consistently, which I understand, and getting upset with the fact that Joseph and Michael just get to keep playing both sides, hiding their votes, making the
You mean
jurors
Kyle
love
and
them.
Joseph. Kyle and Joseph.
Kyle and Joseph, sorry. So Michael was like, "Oh, I'm voting for Indy to stay. I'm voting for Indy to stay." I don't understand why he's acting like he was her friend. It had nothing to do with that.
No, I knew
It
what
was
Michael
about
was. I knew what Michael was doing, but I didn't know if it was the plan
no.
for Brittany.
Yes, yeah. I mean, like I said
I thought she
earlier
might be
in
going
the
rogue for a second.
no, earlier in the day, Brittany and Joseph went to Indy and they had their story and their plan. And Brittany said to Indy, Joseph told me about the five swatters. I told him about girls, girls, girls. Now that I know that you've been in a secret alliance without me, I don't trust you anymore. I'm voting you out. It was just a reason. They're very much correctly come from the school of Vanessa, who I miss so much and I love you. I still talk to her. Anyway, they come from the school of you need to have a reason, and they wanted a reason and they got their reason, and not for nothing it worked. We saw Indy. She places full blame on Kyle. She doesn't care about any of the people that voted her out and could have saved her. She doesn't even care about Taylor, who, but a few weeks ago she wanted to throw hot soup in her face. She blames it all on Kyle.
I would too, right? Indy's exit interview with Julie, I loved it. First of all, I thought it was interesting that she had an exit interview with the house guest before she walked out the door. I want everybody to know that I'm not mad, and
But I fucking kill you.
I want the good people, to win the money. But if the bad person wins the money, I'll be mad. I was cracking up so much.
I want only the good people to win, and I want you all to know I will fucking kill you. I have put poison in your beds. There's also secret booby traps all around the entire house. You never know when I will and I will murder you either way. But I love you, good person. Love, love, Brazil. Party house, summer house. Yes, love and murder.
Bom dia. I want the good people only to win money. If money not won by good person, then I have plenty of time to plan your death. You know, I loved her ex.
Just wanted to say my family came over on a boat, and I am now building a boat
Oh,
to
I
get
have to
to
go.
Julie, so we have to kill time. I need some wood for my boat. We need water to be placed in here
No,
so I can swim
no, you
on
don't.
my
Not for
boat to
Brazil.
Julie.
Oi, 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 babe.
I am
Um,
trudging water.
um, oh,
I
it's bad.
Oh yeah, God, 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 Heavenly Father, God, 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 Brazil and God, 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 love God, God, Julie, God.
Julie, God.
Who, by the way, you didn't even know her name was fucking Julie a week and a half ago. You called her Julia. Get the fuck out. I literally tweeted, get the fuck out, Indy. We don't
Yeah,
care.
but I'm glad that Indy's not focusing on Taylor. You know, and
Yeah.
Indy knows she was against Taylor the whole time, and for Taylor to break her promise, I think Taylor really sold one of the performances that Taylor has really sold is that Indy truly thinks Taylor did have the best intentions for her just being a pawn on the block. I think she's right to focus it on Kyle. Kyle screwed her over.
No.
Kyle
Yeah.
ruined his game for Alyssa. This is why showmances are bad, because now you're thinking with this and not this. And he completely exposed himself not using it. And maybe that's something the four top leftovers really wanted, is to kind of expose Kyle. And from
No, they
Michael's
did.
point of view, it's a great thing because now, Kyle
No,
just
they
doesn't
did.
get a vote.
Yeah, that was the plan. The plan was to expose Kyle, to force blood on Kyle's
Yep.
hands, to force blood on Joseph's hands, make in
Yeah.
DC these people that you think are working with you, that you think have your back,
Yeah.
they do not have your back.
Right. And then Indy told
That's
us in the interview with Julie, here's my blood. You have my blood all over your hands,
I
Kyle.
want to bathe in your blood. I want a blood bath. Does anybody have that Janelle blood vampire facial from All Stars? Where's that? I need that blood.
I ordered on Amazon. Is it free shipping? No.
Is it free? Can we ship to the
Can we
house?
directly or to a locker? I don't know. I
Mm.
can't figure it out.
To a locker. I need a locker. Who knew that everybody was super smart chess masters?
Everybody was amazing. These Mensa,
Me
we know
too, by
Michael's
the way.
Mensa, but Joseph's Mensa and Monty. Every
Yeah.
The game is to play the worst game of chess, and for Joseph to go, it's driving me crazy. I see 15 moves and I can't do anything. I gotta play the dumb meathead.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Like if I ever, get on Big Brother, I'm just gonna be in the dark and be like, I could have done better at chess, but I didn't want to. Yeah, yeah, I could have done so much better, but I was just like, I'm too smart and I don't want to look dumb. Yeah, yeah, I could totally beat this. I could have done it in like 10 moves. How many moves could you have done it? 10 moves. I could have done it 20 moves earlier. Yeah,
Oh my god,
that's what.
my father invented the move, so yeah, he's the one that
Yeah,
did
oh
it.
my
So
god.
Penelope, so I got it. Yeah.
I have a chessboard tattooed on my arm, and I play
Oh
with
my
myself
god,
all
my grandfather
day.
invented chess, so I knew early on how to do it. So
Just saying, it's split between ebony and ivory pieces, so I don't know.
God, it was my grandmother in 1930 who thought of that. So right.
I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. What about Kyle and Alyssa? They don't spend enough time together. We don't spend enough time together.
Well, they could if he'd last a little longer. I mean, it's a good thing it doesn't, because they shouldn't get caught for a lot of time, in closets or wherever on the raft in the have not room. But and Alyssa was kind of annoying me. Now Kyle's kind of annoying me. It's just like, okay, you know what? If he's gone, I'm starting to get on the Alyssa train a little bit. She's crazy, but she can compete and stuff. Kyle's just getting to be annoying. The stupid ways playing both sides. Now his game's exposed. When the game's exposed, I get done with them. Right? I'm here for the game and how they play it. So
Who, Well, with the Kyle and the Alyssa thing, I mean, you missed a little bit of drama. I thought it was a lot worse than it originally was. I didn't watch it play out, so I'm gonna still put that disclaimer right here. However, I will also fan these flames and say, you know how they get the, camera where they can take pictures in the house?
Mm-hmm.
Um Alyssa went in and deleted the photos of Kyle and Taylor. She didn't want those on the website.
So she can go in there and do it?
Yeah, because they pass the camera around and they're taking it
Oh,
how you can look.
gotcha.
So
I thought
she
it was
went.
just
She was
some
like,
camera on the wall, and I'm like, she
"No, no,
jumped
no.
up there and went through the digital card. and deleted-
Yes, yes, John. What has happened here is it's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. She figured out how to shrink herself down, get in the walls, get into that control room, and now all of a sudden she's super fucking smart, and she's like, I'm
No,
gonna hack this system and
no,
remove
I just thought
all.
the camera was there, and she could just kind of tilt it and see, okay, there's a delete button. My
No, no.
God,
They
in the walls, I tell
they
you.
give them the camera each week to record the little
Right,
vlog moments for
makes
social
sense.
media,
Makes more sense.
all of that stuff. And Alyssa was like, oh, let me go through and see these. And she's going through and she's like, oh, Kyle and Taylor took a photo, delete. Oh,
I
crazy.
I really want Kyle to be gone so we can really see. Okay, Alyssa's got a bad rap, right? She's got anger management issues. She's got jealousy issues. I want to see what she can do though. If we remove Kyle from her, site,
No.
let's see what she can do. She turned on Indy, had no problem with that, voted with the house. Let's see. I want to see what Alyssa can do.
Well, here's what Alyssa can do. She asked Kyle last night, not Kyle, she literally asked Turner last night. They're
Sure.
like sitting on the hammock, in my opinion, flirting with each other. And Alyssa goes, I have a question. And he's like, what? And she goes, do you believe in cavemen? And she wasn't kidding.
You mean as
And
far as like human beings and evolution and all that stuff?
right, well, she's from Florida.
Does she think
So
that the world is flat? Is the Earth flat? Is that
I don't know, but she wasn't kidding, and Turner's reaction was the best. And to that same exact point, when Terrence was removing the stickers with the rubbing alcohol, Kyle came and asked him what proof the alcohol is and if it was okay for them to drink it. Because he thought it was the same as drinking alcohol.
I think that they're a match made in heaven. And when they're
I can
together out in the
look,
world, I'm scared. I'm scared
look,
that they won't know how to pay their bills. I'm scared that
here's the
they
thing.
they won't know where to find food in
Here's the
like a
thing.
grocery store.
Alyssa just turned 24. She's fresh out of college, which really is not an excuse, but I understand. I was a product of Catholic education where we didn't learn a lot of things other than God did it and God said so and God. So there's a lot of things that I have been educated on this show, like where your stomach is and that it's not called a lady flower. So, oh, and that women don't have semen. Like, so much stuff I
You've
learned
learned
on this show. My point is,
the show.
okay, maybe she didn't learn about cavemen. Kyle, you're 30. You're 30. And by the way, all of a sudden, you being 30 and her being 24, oh, that is not, no. Nope. Not down with that age gap. You should be in a totally different emotionally mature bracket than her. Just on life experience. So no, I can't. The whole thing, I no. Mm-mm.
I got C's throughout my schooling, and I understood where cavemen come from. I'm sorry, she gets no pass.
Yeah, I mean, well, but then again, well, let's not make it political, but just understand that for a good of the 8 years prior to these
Yeah.
4 years that we're going through, they removed a lot of stuff from history books
Well, they did, but I just think she did learn
in
about
states
it
like
and
Florida.
is choosing not to accept it like
Oh, sure,
Bertha's class.
100%. That
Right.
didn't,
So which
sure,
is
that
why she's
doesn't really affect
asking
her.
Turner such a ridiculous question. But yeah, but I still want to see what she can do in the Big Brother game, where
Nothing.
Kyle, I would have said, take a big sip. You know what I mean? Like I would have been like, your game's done. Let's get you to a medic and let's get you into that jury house or wherever you need to go. Urgent care. You know, like I'm just kind of done with it. I'm sick of the whole I'm a Mormon boy and I've never done it. My You can touch me and my body quivers. I'm done.
What about you look prettier than a country fried steak Jasmine's birthday? I mean, did you care? Well, I mean, that's it. I'm so
I,
over
like I
talking
said,
about it.
like I said in the last show, they're getting weaker, and I'm appreciating Turner's a lot more.
Well,
Just
she's
saying.
regurgitating the same ones.
That's what I mean. It's getting weaker. Her her little country sayings are getting weaker, yo.
So like you said, everybody ends up voting out Indy except for Michael.
Yep.
We get to see the goodbye messages. Nobody owns anything except Michael, who breaks down the entire alliance to Indy, then apologizes to her. In my opinion, brilliant gameplay on Michael's
Good
end.
jury management.
Yes. The only one telling the truth. Why these people are doing these dumb fuck lies. Like, again, Brittany going to Indy and I found out about the 5 swatters and Joseph told me and this bullshit and that bullshit and all these fucking lies. For what point? She's going to find out in jury that was just a lie.
Yeah,
So now if
exactly.
you make it to the end, the feeling that you gave Indy is you made me feel like a moron on my way out of the house.
Yeah.
You lied to me for no reason. Who's the only person who told me the truth? Michael.
Right.
Thanks, Michael. You
And
can win.
It's gonna all regurgitate in the jury house, and we know Indy is an emotional player, and you know
Yep.
what she's gonna do at the end when she has to vote? Michael was the only person who voted for me to stay. Michael gets my vote. That's what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. That's what's
Of
gonna
course.
happen.
And
So
and like
smart.
I said, my fear for Taylor is the first person she sends to jury is always the person that taints the jury. She sent the most emotional, irrational player in the whole house to jury, but thank you, Lord, sweet Mary Jesus, she has decided to focus that energy on Kyle. So
Yeah.
Kyle is screwed. It
Kyle's
is
screwed.
Kyle that will be tainted against. Kyle is going to, I mean, Kyle, you're screwed. You have 0 chance of winning this game.
Yeah.
I don't care who Kyle sits next to at the end. Kyle is not winning
Yeah.
this game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So now, so many people so enraged that we had to have an hour and 45 minutes of literally nothing, and then, you're not even going to let us see, the picks and what happened. But I guess let's talk for 1 second about the HOH game.
So a little behind the scenes with me. So I was watching it live and I'm like, what's up with Taylor's arm? Why does she have a Band-Aid? And then I was doing our notes and I only watched it about like an hour and 15 minutes. And then I had to go make dinner. I had to do my 1950s wives duties. And then I'm like, okay, I'll catch the next later on and stuff. So I was looking at your tweets and the one that stuck out is, you've got to be kidding. Taylor, Terrence cannot be HOH. And I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? So I was really excited to see the rest.
I was literally like, I am enraged if this guy. I thought you understand. Well, you started that by saying you saw that Taylor had an injury on her shoulder. Do you know what the injury and Band-Aid on her shoulder?
Of course, because, our followers they know it all. And it was a curling iron incident is what I've been told.
Yeah, I mean, can you believe they let Kyle back in the house to chokehold someone and burn them with an iron again? That's
That's the first
ridiculous.
thing I thought. Poor Sarah Beth.
It didn't make the feeds. The feeds were blacked out, but I heard Kyle went back in that house,
Kyle.
chokehold
Kyle.
Taylor, and like, I'm gonna fucking burn you. You're in the cult
Kyle.
now, bitch. You're one of
Kyle.
the, you're one of the, I was gonna say you're one of the lookouts.
Kyle. Kyle. It's
Gonna make the
Kylan
lookout stick
and
if
the
it kills me.
cookout.
You're in the cookout now, bitch. I'm grilling you. Okay, gotta go. Gotta go. Bye. She burned it. Linda Lulu was like, wait, what happened? She hit her shoulder with the curling iron. So that's why she has the bandage on her shoulder.
Yes. So your tweet about Terrence, I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I cannot wait to watch the rest of the episode.
Well, here's the first thing that annoyed me. A lot annoyed me about this. Number one, production. This is stupid. You have had so many random luck game of chance HOHs. The one HOH that you're going to play going into, let's just call it a double eviction where there's going to be so much power, is you putting the power in the hands of the majority alliance. I mean, what they're doing is saying it's a knockout game. Literally, if the leftovers keep picking the non-leftovers, they get them out right away. It's not even a chance. It just seemed like such an obvious way to stack the game against the non-leftovers on a production standpoint. That seems stupid to me. But no, don't worry. Super smart Terrence, being in the start, goes, he beats Brittany, which was a bloody miracle. And by the way, it took me just as long to find. I didn't understand what I was looking for. It took me just as long. Then once they zoomed in on the VIP for the first one, then I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. And I was able to find the rest of them. But the fact that Terrence winning then puts Jasmine against Joseph. You literally put someone who you knew was your number against someone that you didn't trust. Do you understand the point of this, Terrence? Like, what an idiot. I just thought it was the stupidest fucking move I've ever seen. Now, apparently not, because people are like, what'd you think about what Terrence did? What'd you think about what Michael did? Well, I guess whatever they did was correct since they both won.
Well, I agree with you. There was no strategy. I think they were so blindsided by this twist, and then it's like, get outside. And you're right. As a viewer, I was a little blindsided myself because I could not figure out what the VIP thing was either. And I think even when they showed the first one and they zeroed in on it, I didn't even look at the VIP. I looked at the one next door, which was like VID. And I'm like, wait a minute, I still don't get it. And then it took the second one for me to get it, like, duh. And then I was getting them right away, like Michael was, like, just hitting it. But Terrence had no strategy. You're right. This was luck, pure luck. The BB gods went, you know what? Let's give Terrence a chance. He got HOA. I mean,
no, he was good.
Yeah, he didn't get Brochella. He's outside, but he's HOH. And you know what? As crazy as it was, and your tweet was cracking me up, I'm so glad. Seeing Terrence's head inflate when he thought he was duping everyone to get Daniel to stay. Now that he's an actual HOH, I cannot wait to see what goes on. And of course, I saw your eyes roll. So we got some good stuff coming.
I'm not happy about it. I know a lot of people are. Well, let's talk about it now. I find, so we know the feed shut off. We were all waiting. Everyone's angry. Why did you make us watch 2 hours of dumb fuck punishments and then we don't even get to see the pic?
Oh, really?
Oh, you don't. Oh, so you really haven't watched it yet?
No.
Oh, yeah, no.
I watched the episode and I saw that who were the HOHs and how they're going to pick and how the week's going to go. And then my episode ended. It said,
no, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone was pissed off. Why did you make us watch an hour and 50 minutes of nothing? We want to know who are on what team. That we're not going to get to see. That strategy you're going to cram into a Sunday night episode.
Yeah.
Whatever. Which, by the way, everyone, in case you missed it, Azza is 100% joining us this Sunday night immediately following the episode. So you said you wanted her. She'll be here. Again, it's very easy. You guys just tell me who you want, and then I'll have them come on. You told me Azza, I got you Azza. Okay, yeah. We're all waiting. The feeds did not come on until like almost 5 a.m. in the morning.
So
almost 5 a.m. in the morning. And I just have to say...
So that's 2 o'clock my time, and I went to bed at 1 o'clock.
Yes. So, I just, again, have to give a shout out to our amazing live feed updaters, because shout out to everyone. Shout out to everybody that updates the live feeds. It is a daunting task that I don't know how you do it, but I want to give a special shout out to our live feed updaters at BB Live Updaters on Twitter, because I didn't see any of the other updated people updating the second the feeds came back on. I saw our people doing it and filling everyone in, and I just think you're all awesome. So thank you so much to you guys at BB Live Updaters on Twitter. Now, that being said, the feeds come back. We're expecting, they've been down for 10 hours. The whole entire backyard's going to be transformed into these festivals because, as we know, it's Big Brochella, which I get Coachella. They're the inside people. But then there's Dryer Fest. What is that?
Fire Island. It's a spin on Fire Island, where the guy sold all of the glamping and the tents outside, and it was a train wreck.
Oh, so you really know about this?
Oh yeah. So I knew exactly what these are. Coachella.
I know what Coachella is. I know what Coachella is. Started
out as a small festival. Now it's this super expensive one. You can barely get any tickets to anything. It's all high-end luxury. And then you've got Fire Island, who this guy had sold all the tickets, had all these sponsors, got models to Instagram them. And then when they got there, they were eating like cheese sandwiches that were all broken up. The tents were not even set up. There was no running water.
This makes so much more sense now. Yeah. Wait a minute. It doesn't take place in Fire Island, though.
No.
It's Fire FY. It's Fire like RYE.
Instead of the D, it's an F.
Right. Okay. No, that's interesting. Ooh, thank God. Yeah. I thought we were in trouble here, being by Fire Island.
No.
Okay. No, we're good. Okay. And that makes sense.
Stranded and everything. So that's why when you see the picture, I think I saw you retweeted one, I think, where it's just a canopy, right? And they're all living under it. And
it's a pop-up tent.
It looks like
10 hours for a pop-up tent. And literally, and everyone's like, no, Eric, they had to build them a whole outdoor kitchen. The outdoor kitchen is 3 craft service carts and a garbage pail. It's literally the rolling metal craft service carts. They didn't do anything. It's 3 craft service carts, 2 porta potties, and a pop-up tent. And I get it, Eric, they had to deconstruct the backyard. It was a 3-piece set. It was a fucking stage and a background. It takes 5 seconds to remove that from the backyard. There's nothing else.
No.
I don't buy it. I want to know what they were doing.
The Fry Island Festival experience, where it was at the Fry Festival. Thank you, JZM, and the YouTube chat. So it's the Fry Festival. If you ever saw the documentary, I think it's on Hulu. Oh my God, what this person did. And I mean, I remember it in real time, where everybody was just screwed over thousands and thousands of dollars when they got there, and it was just a dump and a waste. Oh, I loved it.
I feel like we should do our own festival.
It'd be cheap.
I feel like we should do our own. Well, that makes sense. So, okay, so the first thing that seemed to be annoying people was, they were told they are not allowed to talk, right? They made it very clear you guys are not allowed to talk. Well, as the night went on, especially when we heard some of the planning from Terrence's side, it appears that Terrence and Michael were able to have a conversation. Kyle was somehow a part of it, and Michael explained, this is how you get out Joseph to Terrence and Kyle. So did that happen while the feeds were down before the episode? We don't know, but apparently this is the catalyst of what Terrence is going to do. But I know people were asking what was the picking order. So Michael got to pick first. He chose Jasmine. We know that he chose Jasmine to take Jasmine away from Terrence. Then there's Brittany in the HOH, you know, with her retell after. I was really worried that when you did that, then Terrence was going to pick me as retaliation, and I was going to be in trouble, Michael. So so glad that it didn't happen.
I wasn't protected in that moment, Michael.
I wasn't protected. I was really worried.
Wasn't protected.
I just want to know you like for 3 seconds put my game in jeopardy, and I don't know the fuck you're thinking. Your job is to carry me to the end, asshole. Just bring me to the end. Don't ever scare me for 3 seconds again, Michael.
At first, it shocked me because I think we did learn it was Jasmine, right? No, on the episode.
What do you mean? No, we didn't learn anything.
Okay, then I must have learned it from our BB updaters. Yeah.
You definitely
I learned it was Jasmine, and it shocked me. I'm like, oh my God, he didn't pick Brittany. But you're right. It's so smart to pick Jasmine. So.
Right. Well, he knew. He already had thought about this, and he knew that he wanted Jasmine to be the target. He's already thought, you know, they had a long time to think about it. He's thought about the math and the way that it's going to work out. So he knew I need one target and then the rest not targets, and I need Brittany. All he knew was, first, I need a target. I want it to be Jasmine. And second, I need Brittany to be a number. Because as long as I have someone who I know guaranteed will vote with me, it really doesn't matter anything else that happens. Yeah. He can keep Brittany safe in any scenario, even if there's a renom, I believe, right? No. No, he can keep her safe because... Yeah, he can keep her safe. Brittany never has to touch the block. She will vote with him. Michael completely controls what happens this week on his side of the house. And what will happen is he is going to put up Jasmine. He is going to put up Monty. Monty offered himself to Michael, saying, look, I know this is what you're going to do. It makes the most sense. It's the story, blah, blah, blah. Jasmine tried not to get it. She literally was saying things to Michael like, just so you know, I'm the closest with you and Brittany, and you two are the ones I want to take to the end of this game. And I don't know how Michael didn't laugh right in her fucking face. She also said, if it matters, I don't want to be on the block for my birthday week. Now, here's where you sealed your fate, Jasmine. You were unaware that Michael was enraged when 2 weeks ago you used you wanted to be in the house for your birthday as a reason not to be nominated. Then last week you used I don't want to be on the block for my birthday as a reason not to be nominated. And now you have the balls to say it's your fucking birthday week. Wrong move, sweetie. Michael better give her some scathing. We don't give a shit about your birthday, but I know that he won't because he's playing for jury votes. But my God, if these people don't just say, we don't give a fuck about your birthday.
Okay, here's where you messed up, Jasmine. You went online and you downloaded the application to be in the Big Brother house, and you filled it out, and you submitted it. That's where you messed up.
That's where you messed up, because you're just a horrible person and no one gets it. So Michael picks he picks Jasmine first because she's the target. Terrence then picks Turner. So it is very clear that Terrence wants to protect Turner. That was a little shocking to me because Terrence wasn't smart enough to think I need to go for a target. Right. He was like, who do I want to protect? So he wants to protect Turner.
It's a daddy
Michael.
It's a daddy
right. Michael goes again. He picks Brittany to get his vote.
Right.
Then Terrence goes, he picks Alyssa, which I thought was interesting. Then Michael goes, he picks Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Terrence goes, he picks Joseph. And then Michael is left to choose between Monty and Kyle. He picks Monty, putting the
He's
showmans to the other
racist. How
side.
could he pick people of color when he's racist?
No. Well, he's doing it strategically,
Get
obviously.
those people of color out.
Yes.
He's racist.
So, I mean, no, I don't know if we should say him taking all the people of color is good. But he has Taylor and Monty and yeah, Jasmine, yeah, Michael has them all. So
All over here. I'll just get rid of them one by one.
I'm just gonna get rid of Jasmine. No, we know that he's getting rid of Jasmine because he can't stand Jasmine
Right.
like the rest of us.
Right.
So, that was the way the picks shook out. We then got to see Michael's HOH room. We got to hear Jasmine's horrific speech of bullshit. Monty, like I said, telling him it is okay if you want to use me as a pawn. They're all aware that they're playing the part of Monty is the target when it really is Jasmine. The problem is going to be, or what the goal is going to be, is for Monty to win the POV, which is what he wants to happen, so that now they have the reason to vote out Jasmine number one. But here's my favorite part. Does everybody remember, and this is where it goes back to specifically with Brittany being bullshit, and let's just remember Brittany's the one that started the optics conversation.
Love it.
Brittany, but a few hours ago on the episode, but in real time it was like a day before, was all saying, I don't want to be part of this alliance. If what this alliance is going to do is target the people of color, I'm not okay with that. You can just use me then, don't use them. Now, we're in the actual situation, Brittany, where, okay, are you going to go up on the block now so that Jasmine and Monty, two people of color, aren't on the block together? No, you're not? Because you're full of shit? Yeah, no kidding. I don't see you saying to Michael, put me on the block. Don't put Terrence on the block. Don't put Monty on the block. I don't see you saying that to him. Now, I understand that it's strategy. But you're also full of shit. So don't cry and be like, I would do anything to keep two people of color on the block and I'm not okay. You're fine with it. This is where I'm like, it's pandering and it's bullshit.
Well, I think if the way it's played out, especially with the house divided, of course. What I understood, and maybe it was because of the edit, was if the leftovers start to, there's tons of cracks in the alliance, starts to fall apart, those top four people that started the alliance, and now they've got Taylor, so there's 5. A lot of those folks are people of color. And so the people on the bottom, Kyle, Brittany, Michael, happen to be white. That, I think, where that conversation, and then Brittany was like, I don't want to be a part of it if it turns into something like that, right?
Sure. Sure.
That's the optics of what I'm seeing and hearing.
We see you in your big white sweatshirt. Yeah, we see you. So I want to be blue.
Big clouds, Mormon sweater.
So your big white Mormon sweatshirt. So yeah. So that is basically the plan of what Michael is going to try and achieve this week. He is nominating Jasmine. Jasmine's like, can you just tell me? Because I don't want to go into the DR and then I'm going to be like, I feel so safe with Michael. If you're going to nominate me, I don't want to look like an idiot. So if you could just tell me, Michael, what you're going to do so I don't look like an idiot in the DRs, that'd be great. Basically, she's literally saying to Michael, can you please tell me if you're going to nominate me? Because if you're going to nominate me, all this bullshit that I'm saying to you where I'm pretending like I'm the closest to you and I want to go to the end
is buying it. And I think you're buying it.
Is all bullshit. I'm going to destroy you in the GR and hate you. I would just like a heads up. You're so bad at this game, Jasmine. It's unbelievable how bad you are at the game and just a bad read on people that you are. It's horrific.
Yeah, but she's, called on first. Oh, what do you miss more about home? Jasmine. Wow, Julie,
No.
thank you for making me first on my birthday week to answer your question. She's picked first. She's winning things first. She's handicapped at the moment temporarily with a boot, and now she doesn't have a boot. Can't walk with a cane. She's winning.
Well,
She's in great spots.
let me just say this now, and I'm going to put my flame suit on, and I'm going to say you can tweet me at Comedy Jonah. I hope Jasmine stays. I hope Jasmine stays.
Oh, me too.
I want the Jasmine drama. I think she
Yes.
will. I think she will bring it. I will be sad to not have. I'm smarter than a rooster on a slip and slide. Like, I'm sad. I don't want to lose Jasmine.
I don't either.
Not when Britney's there. Get Britney the fuck out. If I could choose the people I want gone in the order I want them gone from Michael's side of the house, Britney first.
If it was your game, but if it's Michael's game, no.
No,
game.
I'm forget about strategy. This is not for strategy.
This is just your opinion.
I'm just saying for fun feeds and people I can't stand and like, I would want Britney gone first. Honestly, I'm torn. I kind of want to say Monty second, but I would really miss just looking at that body, yada, on the feeds.
Booty. Oh, God, you can bounce a quarter off of it.
I just like him. I know people don't like. I know people. Here's the thing. I know there are people that say Monty is, a little too much, or they don't like the way he talks to the women sometimes, or he's too aggressive the way he plays the game. I encourage you to watch him late night. Late night Monty just laughs the whole time, walks around in really tight white shorts, and is so hot. He's just laughing and having a good time the whole time. I just love late night Monty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the best. But yeah, fine. Then Jasmine, I guess, second. Then Monty third.
We need to remember to ask Azza what she feels about Monty. Are there feelings?
Well, she's married, so.
So then it's the same with me. Okay.
No, I don't think she has feelings for Monty. She has feelings for Joseph. That's a huge thing. Indy, before she left, another moment on the live feeds, Indy misunderstood, as she often does, what Joseph had said to her. So she went to Jasmine and she said, you'll never believe what Joseph just said to me. And she's like, what did Joseph say to you? And she goes, Joseph says to me, do you know anybody else in the house who has a crush on me but is unavailable, like my crush? And Jasmine's like, he has a crush that's unavailable. It's got to be me. I knew it. When I think about him, I touch myself. Tell me again. You think he has a crush on me? Oh, my God. So Jasmine got her lady boner when Indy said that for a good, 30 minutes. She was just like, oh my God. Which, by the way, I am the same way. Let me just tell you, I have been married for 20-something years. I don't know if this is the same for you, Comedy Jonah. If there is even a remotely good-looking person that glances towards me in the supermarket, I literally will go home and be like, I basically had sex while I was out. I take that to bed with me. I have sexy time with myself, and I'm now in a fantasy where we're doing it on top of the apples in the supermarket. I understand, Jasmine, when you're married for a while, the thought of anyone. Now, do I think that Joseph, I just think that, whatever. I'm not gonna say my opinions on Joseph. I just think, it's not our job to help people discover who they are, but I have a feeling Joseph knows who he is and where he likes to put his penis.
I know. I mean, he is just a yummy salt lick.
So that's basically Michael's plan. We're going to see the nominations later today. Now, Terrence's side is a little bit more confusing, and I think I get it because I was watching the Michael side, basically because I knew the Terrence side would be the idiot side, where we have people, again, literally, I would go over there and we would have Kyle going, "Can you drink rubbing alcohols?" And Alyssa like, "Are cavemen real?" And I'm like, I fucking get
We
me
love
off these
each
fucking
other.
feet.
Can you
I
drink rubbing alcohol?
fucking can't at all.
Earth is flat. We love each other. We can just walk across the earth.
Oh, I can't. So I was on the other feeds for most of the time, but I did kind of go back and watch the conversations that Terrence had, but it got confusing because he told different things to different people. But chat will correct me if I'm wrong now. Tell me if I got this right. So basically, Terrence wants to target Joseph. He did say, I did watch this clip where when he is talking to Kyle, he physically says, "We need to do the plan that Michael told us to get out Joseph." So a lot of people don't understand how Kyle and Terrence and Michael were able to put this conversation together to target Joseph, but apparently that is the plan. To Joseph, Terrence has said that we're going to go after the showmans. We're going to go after Kyle and Alyssa, but I promised, he told Joseph, I promised safety to Terrence, to Turner, and I promised safety to Alyssa, so I cannot go after them, which means I'm probably going to have to nominate you, Joseph, along with Kyle, maybe. But then we're going to win the POVs, and then we're going to target Alyssa, and, blah, blah. But it's all apparently a lie, and the real target is Joseph. Which to me is sad. I know there are people that, don't like Joseph. I've always said I think Joseph does too much, but I do love Joseph. I think Joseph is fun feeds. I will be sad if Joseph goes and Kyle and Alyssa are still in the game. It's absolutely ridiculous. My hope above hopes is that Kyle is on the block next to, let's say, in some miracle like a Turner.
Yeah.
This is like my ultimate fantasy. Kyle is on the block next to Turner. Joseph gets wind that Kyle and Terrence were going for him. And then Joseph goes to Alyssa and goes, "Hey, girl, it's just me, your good straight pal Joseph. I want to tell you,
and I can last
Kyle's
longer.
been working with us the whole time, and here's every single secret you told him." "Oh, did he not tell you that he told us everything? He's been making you look like a fool. He's been making you look like a fool, sweetie. And now he's on the block. Yeah. We know everything." Oh, if Joseph would do that.
And he's like, "By the way, I can also last longer, too. I'm really great in this act." So.
Yeah, I also last longer than 10 seconds. I loved when people were like, that first round between Terrence and Brittany lasted seven sex sessions between. I've already ruined the joke. You get the point. They're using the 20-second, marker of their sex as time. I ruined the joke, but you get the point. People have been doing that on Twitter a lot. Like, it lasted 3 makeout sessions or whatever. You get the point.
Longer than the actual sex.
I'm just going to keep explaining it as if that's going to make it funny and not work.
Doesn't. So.
Doesn't, no.
Sorry.
Sorry. So... who knows? I see people in chat like Heather Hampshire saying Alyssa's in love. She wouldn't care. Miss Mancougar thinks Alyssa should go. I agree. Oh.
What do we think of Alyssa? Hey, Mom and Dad, hope you're proud of me. What do you miss most about being outside of the Big Brother house? I miss my family and my friends. Mom and Dad, I hope you're proud of me.
I just...
What?
I just...
What?
I love how people think I'm serious when I tweet things. Who say that you who say that you love my tweets.
I
So when
do.
it got to, Brittany, and she was like, I really miss my family, and I really miss everyone who I love in life, and da, 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 da. And then I just tweeted out like the close up view of her face, and I said, I miss sucking the souls of small children. Oh my god. And then the people think that I'm serious about it. Like, I don't get it. I'm not serious, in case you all didn't
Right.
realize I'm not being serious. I will say I'm trying to find the tweet in my own timeline. Oh, here it is. I was saying I was trying to find it in the timeline to show people. And the Twitter app is just so great. See, I like sucking the souls of small children, and then people are just like, "That's so mean. Why would I'm being very serious." I obviously think that she wants. I just can't. So yeah, I thought that was really ridiculous. When Kyle was like, "I
Proud of
hope I'm
me.
making you proud, family," and there's like the TMZ articles about him having sex and E
Because
News
even if they're
last.
not watching the live feeds, they're seeing the press that's coming out with this, right? And it's just like, oh my God.
I mean, I do feel bad for Kyle in the sense of
His
um
first girlfriend's a whore.
his first girlfriend's a whore. Um
Nothing wrong with sex, people. There's nothing wrong.
no, I feel bad for Kyle in the way that
You
I
can recap.
feel bad for every single person who gets the treatment that has ever played this game. So it's not
Right.
specific to Kyle. I don't like when the fandom goes after people's jobs or attacks people's families or drags people's. Like, you don't like the person, don't like the person. That's great. You don't need to be attacking
on.
Kyle's family, Nicole's family.
fine.
You don't need to go after these people's jobs. Let Daniel impersonate Elvis, for the love of Christ. It's not. I understand the point if the person's racist and then their job is hiring people. Then I understand where I at least can understand why people feel justified in, we need to take some action. Maybe they're discriminating people over there. We're talking a freaking greasy Elvis impersonator, a horrible chef, a fucking, whatever. I see people are now saying they're going after Michael's job as a public defender. Do not go after Michael's job. Do you
Michael's
know?
an attorney. You're going to lose.
Yeah, but no, you might not. He's a public defender because he wants to help people that
I
are
know.
less fortunate and can't defend themselves. And people are actually trying to make him lose that job by
We're gonna get you
filing.
fired being a cheap attorney helping the helpless. We win.
Yeah, don't you help the helpless,
We're
damn
gonna-
it.
No, we're gonna stop you, Michael, because you're a bad person who's racist. So you're not gonna help anybody anymore.
Just, I don't get it. It's just so, I don't like seeing it. I don't like seeing it.
Leave it alone.
And again,
Move on. Who the
I-
hell has that amount of time to be doing this? Leave people alone.
I don't like it when it's anyone. And not that, and now that I'm going to make my, I have people of color friends comment, but I just want to remind people, I've done it for everyone. I believe I was the only person out there saying Frank the Tank was a scumbag when he's slapping, Devon's ass, and nobody wants to talk about it. I will always stick up for the people that are being treated like shit in that house if it is deserved.
And then once they're not, then we'll break them down.
Right.
Like normal gays. Come on.
Yes, normal gays doing normal gay stuff. And don't get me wrong, Kyle's still a trash bag. I don't disagree. Trash bag doing trash bag things, but leave his mom alone. His
Just leave
mom
her
didn't
alone.
sign up for this. His mom isn't getting paid
Like
for
her
this.
TikToks. Come on, that's all she's got. She's got a sexually frustrated son coming out of the house.
Which now the whole world knows about, so
Yeah, like her TikToks. Come on.
imagine what it's going to be like for him trying to get a job when you Google his name, and then it literally is, Kyle has sex on weird pool floaty. TMZ.
Yeah, it's like in this job, a break is 10 minutes, not 10 seconds. So it gives you a chance to recharge.
It's just it's ridiculous. Now I see Our Town asked, and this is exactly what I asked too. Our Town says, "I have a question. Do you think a wall yeller could be possible?" This was the first thing that I tweeted out, and I thought, you're putting these people outside. We know the hoops and the levels. They just brought people in a day or two ago because somebody flew a drone over the backyard. How are they not worried about drones, planes? Is there literally a code word? Like, if something happens, does Big Brother going to come over the loudspeaker and everyone has to go in the corner and shut their eyes? Like, hear no evil, see no evil, hear no evil, see no evil. And then, like, you have to do that until, like, the lights flash. I will say, I pieced a few things together watching the feeds last night. It seems like they have put some sort of a covering over the roof. Because I heard Kyle and Turner talking like, oh, they opened it up a little bit. We can see out over here now. So it seems like A, they put some covering over the backyard, and B, we are well aware that they have an entire speaker system that they can just blast music into the backyard if at any point anybody starts yelling anything, which will be a million times louder than somebody yelling. So I don't really think it's an issue, but, you know, I did think, oh, I wonder if this is going to entice some of these wall yeller people out of hiding.
Oh yeah, I mean, they can only cover so much. It's pretty big, if I remember seeing an aerial shot a while ago. But and I also think too, there's some kind of no fly zone, and so if they even get your drone, they can trace it back to you. So I mean, if it's worth it, if it's worth getting a criminal record and going to court and paying a lot of fines, sure, do it. Yeah, we want more.
And you're not going to have Michael to defend you, so.
No, because Michael got fired because you are one of the people that signed the petition.
Yeah, so, I mean, you don't have him, and he would have known best how to protect you, which is the ironic part.
Right, and he finds out it's your name, and he's just like, good luck.
I don't ever agree with anybody interfering with the game in that way.
No, I mean, it's already interfered enough with production. So
how many years has it been since All Stars? When am I allowed to talk about the things I did during All Star? When am I clear to talk about, you know, what I did? I always thought that would be on a podcast, but it won't. So now I'll just say it here. Yeah, now I might have done things. Yeah, moving on. It'll be interesting. I don't really understand, you know, what the shakeout is going to be here. Who do you hope goes from Michael's side? Because, again, a lot of people... Michael did say to Brittany, like, obviously... him and Brittany were talking a lot about, do we want to be leftovers strong going into 7? Because if we target Jasmine and a leftover goes on the other side, then we are coming back together as the 7 leftovers, and then the game starts with just us. Are we going to be leftovers strong, or are we going to make a move against Monty? It seems like they are leaning more towards just getting Jasmine out than making a move against Monty at the moment. But Michael has been very clear he wants to have that option on Thursday night. Now, here's the part that scares me. Michael is smart enough now that the DR tipped him off to realize I can't be seen as if I'm making a move against people of color. So this could also be Michael going, I'm going to act like I was trying to keep Monty safe all week, and then I'm going to have a crisis of faith in the last minute and realize, oh, I need to get Monty gone for my game, but it wasn't this strategy that I thought of all week. Because how do you win Big Brother? You play the house, you play production, and you play America. And this is Michael playing all of us. Because I think he's actually going to go for Monty and not Jasmine.
And I hope that he does. And if everyone's going to interpret things, everybody's going to interpret things differently. Monty's a huge threat, and if there's a way to get him out, he should. You know, if he comes out of the house and it's like, KKK, Michael, whatever, then explain yourself. This is why I did what I did. I wasn't thinking about color, sexuality, any of that. I'm playing the game, and this was the best time to get Monty out. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, come on.
I love how you just went KKK, Michael.
Well, because people are going to think he's...
It's KKK Kyle. Get it? Because he has the K and his
Well, I get
K
it,
of
but they're
con.
also saying Michael is too. So
No,
I
no,
think
no, no.
we're
I know.
KK.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, but I would offer this, little nugget to Michael as well. Monty being in the game is a shield for you. But is it really a shield for you if he hasn't won anything?
Right.
I don't believe that Monty is a shield for Terrence.
I
Like
don't
I know
either.
a lot of people say they think he's a shield for Michael. I do not believe he's a shield for Michael. I think Michael is afraid that he'll beat him in something physical if it becomes a strength
Yeah.
competition, and I
Hmm.
think that is where Michael is afraid of Monty
And I think that's
for
what
sure.
we're seeing too, is him being a threat. But we don't want him to get to the point where now the numbers are so thin, and now you've got this super strong, good-looking
Well,
guy who could possibly beat you in a physical comp.
and not for nothing, the two, the brief time I was able to handle being on the feeds on the other side of the house, I very much felt like Alyssa and Turner took a break from flirting with each other to start to paint a target on Michael, because they were kind of saying like, wow, can't believe Michael won another competition, another HOH. Wow, so that's nonstop vetoes, back to back HOHs now. He's
Whoa,
getting multiple,
whoa.
like, they're putting the target on Michael 100%. Turner and Alyssa are. So I think Michael is in danger. And you know who
Oh,
they're gonna
yeah, you in
use to.
danger, girl. Yeah, you
You,
are.
and you know who they're gonna use to get out Michael? Good pal Brittany.
Oh, yeah, and she'll do it.
And she'll do it.
And she should. It's playing the game.
You're right. I
But
completely agree
but
that
she
this
shouldn't,
statement.
because no one's gonna. Oh, well, they might drag her to final two. No, it's
No,
just-
I agree that my statement is hypocritical, so I'm not even trying to pretend like I'm not being a hypocrite. You're right. Only one person wins, and you need to do whatever you need to do in the game, as
yeah,
long as I like you. And I don't really care for Brittany's games, so I don't
there you
want her to do
go.
that. I think it's bullshit. You owe Michael your whole entire game, and if you backstab him, you're garbage.
We
And
needed
please stop
that.
calling yourself Nicole and Cliff. You're not Nicole and Cliff.
We needed that disclaimer. Thank you, Curto.
And by the way, Michael, you're not Janelle either.
Hi, Janelle.
You're not Janelle, Michael. Janelle was
Hi,
loyal to
Janelle.
her alliance. You want to destroy your alliance. Janelle was always loyal to her alliance. You're not Janelle.
She just
That's
couldn't
all.
get it
Obviously,
going.
probably why Janelle never won anything,
She
because
couldn't get
you,
it going. Yeah.
yeah, you need to not be loyal to your alliance.
Love you, Janelle, but I'm doing the
Look,
opposite. Okay.
uh, no, we love Janelle. What do you mean? Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that's what they're saying in the
Right.
house.
Right.
So like, I think it's funny when they compare themselves to other players, and I'm like, you're not Janelle. You're not. She would have been loyal to her
Right.
alliance, and you're not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we're at now. We have a whole day of live feeds. I will be live tweeting. I will be watching the feeds with all of you. I'll be live again probably around 4 o'clock all night long.
Yep.
So if you guys want someplace to hang out and talk feeds,
I
I will be
Yeah,
live
I
and
will be
with my mom.
camping with my own Fry Festival. So
Oh, when are you
actually,
back?
everything that they have in the backyard would be luxury, because we could not get a spot and we're out in the forest. I have just
If
learned.
you do not post some reenactment of the Big Brother Fry Fest while you are on this camping trip, you have failed. Just record some scene. You can be, no, you shouldn't be Terrence. You should be like Turner or Kyle. Have your man be, Kyle and Alyssa are both outside. You need to film a Kyle and Alyssa acting challenge when you are camping. One of you be Kyle and the other one be Alyssa.
Okay, I think I can do that. Is that my task for?
That's your task.
Okay.
You need to film it can only be 16 seconds and post it to your Instagram. So this is very easy, Comedy Jonah. It's set up, punchline, done. 16 seconds. It's an Instagram thing.
What?
It's 16 seconds. That's all you get on Instagram. 16
So I
seconds.
just say, well, I'm Kyle.
Yeah, you need to sell it, buddy. I can't write the script for you. It's set up, punchline.
Okay.
Pretend like you're doing Drag Race,
Right, but
you
I'm used to
know.
being me, so if I'm Kyle.
All right, or be you. Or make it 16 seconds. I would survive in the backyard because look at how my camping is better than
Look at what I
theirs.
do on the weekend.
Oh, they have a pop-up tent? The only tent that's popping up here is in my pants.
They have they have craft services. I gotta dig up my own food here, yo.
They got a porta potty. I got a hole in the
All
ground.
right, I understanding what you're saying now. Okay.
All right.
And I'll be liquored up too, so that'll be fun.
Oh, this will be great. All right, everybody. So don't forget to check out all of our shows. Like I said, Azza is joining us on Sunday, so make sure that you're back here at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Of course, you following, liking, and subscribing wherever you're watching is how you get notified every single time we go live. We appreciate it so much when you guys share the show, comment below, hit the comment, the thumbs up, the bell in YouTube. You can tweet us anytime with your questions using hashtag YRRLive, and check out the past 10 years of our shows over at yourrealityrecaps.com. Thank you to everyone that donated, gave bars in You Now, tipped on YouTube. That really, yes, the become a patron, the donate, all of those things. They keep the shows going. We appreciate it so much. So thank you for that. And we will see all of you guys on the next show. Like I said, I'll be live in a few hours. Bye for now, everybody. Go enjoy the feeds. Bye, friends.